Year 3, welcome to your maths video for Thursday the 4th of June. So today you're going to need your maths pack that says week commencing Monday the 1st of June, and you can turn over to Thursday where we continue with multiplication. So first of all, we need to practice our times tables. So you can either pause the video now and have a go on Times Table Rockstars, or there's also some times table questions to help you practice at the top of your sheet. So let's have a look at those. So you might have on your sheet some missing number sequences, and these are counted in our times table. So we need to figure out which times tables we're counting in. So let's have a read. 2, 4, 6, something, 10, something. Now I think I know what I'm counting in, which times table I'm counting in, but I can look at these first two numbers and see what I'm adding on each time. So I've got 2, then 4. So we put 2 in our heads and count up to 4. So 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm adding on 2 every time. So it must be my 2 times table. Are you ready to count with me? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Right, looking at the next sequence then. I've got 40 something, 60 something, 80 something. Now, there's a missing number in between each of these numbers, and they all end in a 0. Have a think, which times table do the ones column always end in a 0? Oh, it's the 10 times table. Let's see if it fits. So I've got 40, 50, so I'm going to write that in the box. 60, 70, 80, 90. So I was counting in tens, multiples of 10, so that's my 10 times table. Another activity you could have are multiplication questions, and we've got some pictures to help you work out the answers. Now Miss Charlesworth spoke to you the other day about what the multiplication symbol means, and we always say it's 5 times 4. But what it actually means is it's 5 groups of, or 5 lots of 4. So here I've got 5 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 4 beach balls. So we can count in our 4s. Ready? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So my answer must be 20. If you're struggling with some of your times tables, you can use these pictures and count them to help you. Let's have a look at these. Ooh, I've got groups of umbrellas, and my question is 3 groups of 4. So I've got 3 groups, 1, 2, 3, of 4 umbrellas. Are you ready to count in our 4 times table again? 4, 8, 12. Another activity you could have is a problem-solving activity, and we've got a word question here. So I'm going to get my pencil ready and underline the important numbers or words in the question so we can understand what it's asking us to do. There are 24 sweets in a jar. Got a number there? 24. There are 3 jars. I'm going to underline 3. How many sweets are there in total? I know that's a maths word. It means all together. So I've got 24 sweets in a jar, and there's 3 jars. So it's asking me 3 groups of 24. Now if I wrote that down as a question, 3 groups of 24, I don't know my 24 times table, and that might be quite tricky. So I've got a place value chart here to help me out, and if you have a look, I've got 2 10s, 10, 20, and 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. So that's 1 group of 24, 2 groups of 24, 3 groups of 24, like my 3 jars. And what I can do is I can count my 10s and then count up my 1s, and I can work out the question. So I've got 2 10s in this column, so let's count in 20s. 20, 40, 60. So I'm going to write that underneath. So I'm recording my answers. And now I'm going to count my 1s. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 1s in each group. So I'm going to count in 4s. Are you ready? 4, 8, 12. Now have a think what we're going to do with these two numbers, because the question's asked us how many sweets are there in total. I've added up my tens and I've added up my ones, so now I need to add these two answers together. Now we can look at those and use our place value and see that the answer is 72, or if you're struggling with that, you could use your column subtraction. So I've got 60, add, we're going to line up my ones, 12, and we can add it this way using column addition. So I've got 0 ones add 2 ones, that's 2. Moving on to my tens column, 6 tens add 1 10, that's 7 tens. So our answer is 72. Another question you could have is another place value chart, and it's asking you to break up your multiplication question. So it says use the place value chart to work out 2 times 24, or 2 groups of 24. And it says complete the multiplication sentences. Now if you have a look, we've got 2 tens and 4 ones, so that's 1 group of 24, 2 groups of 24. And over here, I've got 2 lots of 4. I know that because I know my 2 times table and my 4 times table. So 2 times 4, we know is 8. But then it's asking me 2 lots of 20. Well, I know that double 20 is 40, so I can write 40 in. It's asking me to do 2 lots of 20, so that's 20, 40. But then it's asking me 2 lots of 24. Now if we have a look at these questions here, I did 2 times 4 and 2 times 20. What do we get when we add 20 and 4 together? Have a little think, use place value. It's 24. So all I need to do is add these two answers together and I've got my answer. So I know that 40 add 8, 40 add 8 is 48. If you were struggling with that, you could also use your place value chart and we could count our tens again. So that's 20, 40, and count our ones. I've got 4 ones, I'm counting in 4s, 4, 8. And if we add those together, we get 48. So moving on to the main part of today, we'll continue with short multiplication. And we know we use short multiplication when we're multiplying by bigger numbers. So we don't know our 44 times table, okay? So we're going to use the written method of short multiplication. So if we cast our minds back, we're going to use our tens and ones. So I'm going to put the biggest number first, 44, and I'm going to be multiplying by 2 ones. So I've got my tens column here, and I've got my ones column there, so I need to put it under the ones column. I'm going to get my ruler out, and have a think, which column do we start? Do I start multiplying the tens or the ones? Where do we always start? We start at the ones. So I've got 2 lots of 4, okay? Or 2 times 4. And 2 times 4 is 8. So I'm going to write that, oh, I'll get my pen ready. I'm going to write that underneath. So moving on, I've done my ones, so I need to move on and multiply to my tens. So I've got 2 lots of 4 again. And we know 2 times 4, we've just done it, is 8. So my answer must be 88. Now if we try another one, I think this one we're going to have to carry. So let's have a look. Think about it again, get our tens and our ones. I'm going to write 63. I am multiplying, so I'm going to write my multiplication symbol, 3 ones. So I'm going to put my 3 ones under the ones column. Get my ruler out. Right. Do I multiply by the ones or the tens first? Have a think. We always start with the ones. So I've got 3 lots of 3. So 3 times 3 we know is 9. So moving on, I need to multiply my tens now. 3 lots of 6. Ooh, let's count in our threes. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. That's 6 lots of 3 or 3 lots of 6 is 18. So I'm going to put my 1 there, but I'm going to have to carry my 10 over. And there's nothing in this column, so my answer is, and I've used that one, 189. I'm going to write that in. Let's just do one more to finish off then. I've got 72 multiplied by 4. So I'm going to get my 10s and 1s out again. And I'm going to write my 7 10s under the 10s, my 2 1s under the 1s. I am multiplying by 4 1s. Let's get our ruler out. Right, starting at the 1s then, I've got 4 times 2. Okay, 4 lots of 2. So we're counting 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so 4 times 2 is 8. Now I've got 4 lots of 7. Ooh, so I'm counting my 4s. So I know my 4 times table. I'm a little bit unsure of my 7, so I could always swap it round because we know division is commutative. So I'm going to do 4 lots of 7 or 7 lots of 4. Let's count in 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. So I'm going to put my 8 1s there, and I'm going to have to carry my 2 10s under this column where I've got nothing on my next column, so it's going to become my 200. So I've now got my answer of 288. So, in your pack, you have got a mild sheet, which is for Mr. Griffin and Miss Petite set. You've got a medium level, which Miss Charlesworth can have a go at, or my set can have a go at as well. And then